Cindy and Jim here from OUTAPocket, and today we're doing something that's just plain fun.
We're going to install a TV in the van.
We got the idea when we were in Yellowstone among all of those big rigs. They had these huge widescreen TVs at night, and they were watching the game.
Yeah, we thought it might be fun if we're out boondocking off the grid or at Cracker Barrel even. It's pouring rain. Maybe we can tune in and watch a movie or something to kill the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A little action movie.
Yeah.
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah. Drama, romance.
Well, we'll see.
How about a war movie?
All right, there we go.
Okay. But I think it'll be fun to have this thing in the van. You know, if we're going somewhere, we can tune into some videos about the place we might be visiting the next day.
So there's a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, I think it could be a cool upgrade. Let's see if we can make it happen.
All right, in this video, we're going to tell you about why we picked the one we did and take you through the install process up underneath the cabinets. Should be pretty easy.
Should be. We've done a lot of measurements.
We did. We had to work through a few things to get ready for this.
Should be pretty easy. Let's get it done.
All right.
Okay. We thought about having TV available in the van, and yes, you can always watch your phone, or you could watch your tablet, or you could watch your computer and stream it. But that's kind of a personal thing. Like we wanted a community, watch a movie together or watch a video together. So we found this under cabinet TV. They call it a kitchen TV, but apparently works in RVs and everything else. It's actually 12 volts. And this mounts under the cabinet like this. Now when you want to watch TV, the screen flips down, and it can also turn. Pivot. So we picked this cabinet. We don't have that many to choose from, and obviously if we're sitting there or in the front seats, we want to be able to rotate it here. So this is the location that we've picked to install this. They have these in different sizes. Obviously we wanted something very compact for the Pocket. I've taken all the measurements. It's going to be a really tight fit, but I think it will fit.
The TV mounts to this pivoting bracket so that when you have it up underneath the cabinet, it can turn and face the other people in the Pocket. Now, sizing is very, very close with this unit, so we created this template to make sure that we get everything right the first time and we don't start drilling holes that don't work. Our vision was that we would put it right up underneath, flush with the back of this door, and that's where it would live. The problem is, of course, you can see you can't pivot it if it's right here, right? So we thought, all right, then it's not optimal, but all we have to do is open up the cabinets when we watch TV, and we'll still be able to pivot it out so everyone can see it. So here we are again, now putting it right up against the edge, and we wanted to see how that would work. So when you start to pivot it, you can see the back corner hits way too soon. You hardly get any pivot at all, and people in the other seats won't be able to see it. So much for a community experience watching the TV, right? So our idea then becomes we're going to have to find a way to mount it about an inch below the bottom of the cabinet to account for the lip that's under here between the bottom of the cabinet and the bottom of the door, as well as this black bracket, which is about 1/8 of an inch lower.
Based on the rough measurements we've taken, the front of the TV needs to be basically flush with the outside of this cabinet lid. So if I open this, you'll see it'll actually be out like here. So when you close the lid, it should be flush. When you open it, there'll be enough room to rotate the whole way. So we have to get spaced, as Cindy said, below this. We were looking all around to figure out what we could use to space it down, and we found this matching partition that we took out of the toilet compartment because it's now full of batteries and electronics, and it certainly has the right color, and put these end pieces of wood on it, painted gray. I screwed them in already. So the idea is this is going to be mounted right up like that, probably right back there, right up flush, and that'll give room for the TV to be right down here, sticking out slightly forward to match the front of that cabinet. So the next thing to do will be to measure out where this is going to go. I have the shelf clamped up here to kind of hold it in place. I had to put this end of it in front of this bracket, otherwise it would be on top of that, and we don't want that. Or I could put it behind it, but I think in front makes the most sense. So let's see where the TV has to be.
We need to make sure that when it pivots, it misses not only the back wall, but also the back trim. Since it's down so far, the unit itself is going to hit the trim if we're not careful.
Okay, that's pretty.
Seems a
that
little too
might
far.
just barely hit there. Pull it forward. Okay, that
All right.
that should make it.
All right, let's.
Does it go all the way sideways?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the longest,
Okay.
widest that it is.
I might add 1/8 of an inch, but I think otherwise.
All right, let's measure and see what this is.
Okay. That is just under 1 1/4. So I say let's do 1 1/4, and we
I think
should
that
be
sounds good.
safe. I want to measure how far back this is from the TV. I get 4 3/8. So 4 3/8 minus, what did we say, 1 1/4?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
3 1/8.
3 1/8. That's what I got too. So this should be very close to the back. Okay, so it's going to look like that. So if I find the center of this and measure back 3 1/8, that should be the center point for this pivot, right? Just double checking. 3 1/8, perfect. 10 3/4. Huh, that's funny. You'd think those would be like evenly spread. They're not. So let's line that up. I think we should. Worst case, we can get this back off. How's the taping coming along?
It's coming. I don't want that shelf to get all scratched up. Little electrical tape, and all the edges will be nice and smooth. Just going to put in some little holes just to get things
pilot
started.
holes.
Little pilot holes.
Just like in a 1/4 inch at most. Came with 2 sets of screws, one with the wall things and these short ones which fit here. Any screw has to have an indented top to fit in there. So let's put these in. Looks good. These are the screws I plan to use to hold this. They should just barely not go through, which is fine. I did drill pilot holes here already, but I haven't drilled anything into this, so I'm going to drill the pilot hole just only to about there, I would say. Okay, I'll do this one first. Okay, let's try that. Let's try this one first, and if it works, it'll hold for the others. For this, I like to use a manual screwdriver just so you have a feel for the pressure. That's in. Did not pop through. Looks good. It's on. Time for the install. There we go. Look at that. Doesn't hit.
Wow.
Looks pretty good. Very certain the bed's going to make it, but oh yeah, no problem. And the mattress will be up to here, so looks like it fits perfectly. This TV comes with a 120 volt. This looks like the same as the Starlink. I think it might be. So let's make sure it works with this first, and then see if we can get it working on 12 volt. It's in. have it plugged in with with our Starlink cable. So this is 12 volts natively, so this is the way to do it. So we'll get a new cable for the Starlink, and this is a perfect length, I think, for this. I have these little cable holder things. I actually don't know where I got them, but I found them in with my stuff. So this will allow us to run the cable to the back here and keep it out of the way. It works great. We're streaming. You can adjust the angle.
There we go. Looking good.
Turn it.
Good foothold.
You're sitting over there. Over there.
Here we are at Grand Teton
I love it.
National Park. So we did it. We have a TV in the pocket now.
We have a TV now. We can pull up alongside those big RVs, turn on our TV, and roll with the big boys.
But hey, it's going to be very handy when we're driving around, boondocking.
Yep, you have a little time to
gonna be
kill.
great.
It's raining outside, or you want to watch some videos of where you're going to visit tomorrow. It's a cool upgrade, and it's something that doesn't come with the Pocket. It's not an option. It has to be completely figured out on your own.
And that was the trick of it, was figuring out the measurements and how to not hit the back wall, how to not hit the front door on the cabinet, to bring it down a bit below the front door of the cabinet.
We
I think it turned
double,
out-
triple checked every measurement, and fortunately we had that partition, which was a
Yeah.
perfect solution for this bracket.
It looks like it was built for the Pocket,
It
which
does.
is great.
All in all, a great upgrade with this one.
Really enjoyed doing it, which should be a lot of fun. So if you find that this video is of use to you, please feel free as always to like and subscribe and drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you.
More upgrades coming. Until then, we'll see you next time.
See you next time.